Okay, so this is the website. It's Piskel, Piskel, app.com, and you'll just click on Create Sprite. I believe the default goes to 32 by 32, but if you're trying to do the 16-bit, you go here to resize, and you can change this to 16 by 16. And so after kind of playing around with this and Photoshop Photopea, this one is kind of easier to use when making your tiles. And I'll show you in a minute why. After you change that 16 by 16, check these and click resize, and then so you can see here they should have 16 squares that way and then 16 squares down. So really quickly, just because I have this open, I'll show you how it is on Photopea doing the same thing. So you would create a new project, and under pixels you would have 16 by 16, create, zoom in, and then let's say you have your paintbrush and you make it as small as you can. On Photopea there is a square, and if you were to do the same thing, just sometimes if you're trying to draw a circle, you're going to get this extra-ness around here, but on here if you were to draw a circle, then you don't get the extra little fuzziness, which you can go back to if you'd rather use one of these, and you'd have to like carefully, click over it. So it's whatever you prefer to use. You can make the size of your brush bigger if you need to by using the bracket keys. That's the same as Photoshop and Photopea. If you did draw something, you can also use the paint bucket. You have colors here that you can find. So if you created a color palette, you have to click on this here, make sure it shows up, and then you could paint bucket. You do need a color palette. Remember, you can only use those particular colors for creating your tiles and your sprite image. So once you figure out what colors you need, you can come create a new palette. You can give it a name. You can import it if you find a way to download colors there, and you just add all the colors that you know you're going to need to use. I would name it and I'm not going to go find all those colors again because that took too long. Okay, and maybe a black, and click save. So you should have your palette here. The only thing I'm not sure of is if you were to exit out of this and come back, let's say tomorrow, and try to do it, if that's still going to be there, or if it'll save when you export it. Like, let's say you wanted to use this and you're completely done. If you're not completely done, you would just save it, give it a title, and then save as a Piskel file. I would, if you have a flash drive, put it on there for a backup. If you don't have a flash drive, I would put it in Google Drive as a backup. You never know when things might get deleted, or you might be on a different computer trying to work on it. You can also save it in the browser, which will only be accessible from the browser, but I'm not sure how that works on school computer. So this is if you're not finished and you still need to make changes. If you had saved a unfinished file and you're trying to open it back up, you would click on import and browse for Piskel files, and then find your file that you saved to open it back up. So if you want to add to your palette, you need to make sure to click on manage this palette and not create a new palette, because that's annoying. And you can create a new one and then make a lighter version. To add like the shading and things, you can try this option, which is lighten, and you don't have to create a new color. You can just go over it and it'll kind of create the highlights there. If you wanted it to be darkened, you hold down Control, is what it looks like, and then now you can see that it's darkening. So it's not required that you use different shades in your tiles, but I know it will be required for your sprite image. So, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to try it out. There's a lasso, rectangular selection, a magic wand looking thing. I don't know what that does, honestly. There's a circle tool, so it makes a circle, but pixelated. That's nice. Rectangle, same thing, perfect rectangle. Stroke tool. There's this other paint bucket here. It says paint all pixels of the same color. So let's say maybe I want to try this one. So it turned all my reds to green. Okay. Oh, here's another feature I did not realize was here. If you start working here and you want to keep creating your sprites without having to save each one, you know, different for now. So here we go, we're adding a new frame. So let's say I am going to make get my black. I'm gonna just attempt to make that little mushroom thing. Not perfect because I don't care. I'm gonna add white. Whoopsie. Okay, so that's supposed to be my little mushroom. And then I'm going to go ahead and give it a background. Okay, so here you can see I have my two little tiles. And let's say you have, you know, 10, maybe you did 10 and someone else, you know. Right now, you can see it's trying to make it into a GIF, which is not what we want. Not sure. Maybe zip and maybe it'll zip all of them. I'm going to try that. Split by layers. I don't know what that means. Download. Okay, there's my thing. And then when I open my zip file, you can see that it has both of my sprites that I created. So then you don't have to keep like 20 different files on your saved somewhere. You can create all your tiles here, and then you can export them as a GIF. A zip file. Don't export them as a GIF. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. Well, that's all I got for you.